Listening to African Voices Radio.
African Voices Radio presents David Adodo Show.
I go like to sing. About to my fatherland, yo. I go like to talk. About to my motherland, yo. Africa, Nigeria, slow down, no. Can't go away. Boba Boju, wa pupo. Look down from heaven, no. Before you come this night, you go see, say this is land better. Ire ni mo yan o, orí ló tẹ́ mi délẹ̀ yìí ẹ̀ wò lẹ̀ mo bá. Na goodness I choose yo, I reach this land waiting I see na about the people o. Igbe. Before I go yarn this talk, I go like to beg you, make you open your ears, make you open your mind, yo. It doesn't them show us forever, no. Say this land is bad, we go like to come. Oh, I don't go like to. But the thing be say, ever know the lie, yo. This land is full with it better. Better things we supposed to. They make life jolly, yo. Oh. What you got about the fool, wow? What you got about the fool, wow? Àwọn àgbà ìka píkulé ò pani òde ò lè pani. Ẹni dalẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí ó mẹ́ni tí ó tò ń pẹ́ ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ kí ni mo ti wí. Àdàdì ajayo tètè lọ. You steal our money, you carry am go Dubai, you dey chop life, why God no go punish you? Àdàdì ajayo tètè lọ. We give you our money, make you fix it in, make it life better for all the citizens, you chop am. Àdàdì ajayo tètè lọ. You carry public money, feed your wife, feed your family, carry you show why your people dey hungry. Àdàdì ajayo tètè lọ. The thing where I want talk, where I want yan. If you open your mind as African, you go feel like go. As it's when I smile, all the years say we be leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow is bright, tomorrow is smooth. But I go like to ask, say where the tomorrow? When I see people we're supposed to be leaders of tomorrow, they hustle for go slow. Then they waste for street, they hustle, they sweat. Come and learn on my father, But I go like to ask, say every day like you. Say this land is full of it better. Better things we suppose they make life jolly, oh. What it about the fool, wow?
If it's 8 o'clock in Nigeria, that must mean it's time for African Voices Radio, the David Adodo Show, the hottest show on the planet, in the universe, coming to you live and direct from the United States of America, bringing you news, politics, culture, and of course, the music of Africa. Now, it's time for your host, known on the East and West Coast, Mr. Tunde Phillips.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all had a good week. My name is Tunde Phillips. This is another edition of the David Adodo Show on African Voices Radio. Good evening, everybody. I hope you all have a beautiful and a safe week. So I have with me today, I have Brother Charles. I have the Chief from Nigeria. I have the Queen as well. And most importantly, we have our special guest. We've been yearning for this, Mr. Atanda Solomon, the great sensation, Afrobeat sensation from Nigeria. Mr. Solomon, welcome to our show. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now. Great.
Yeah, good. How are you guys doing over there? And how is the cold?
the cold, it's beginning to get warm now. We're in the spring now, so it's beginning to get warm. It's getting better gradually, but we can never get used to that cold. Anytime it comes, it's a problem, but it's getting warm now. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
Brother Charles.
Nice.
Yes, Brother Charles, how you doing? How was your week? Hello, Brother Charles. We cannot hear you. You're muted.
My weekend was, my week was a little bit busy because I went out of town, but I came back yesterday.
All right.
I'm resting right now. I'm so happy to be here today with my family.
That's great.
Looking at everybody, especially our queen. She's looking
great.
lovely like she always do. And I think we're happy to have the gentleman Atanda today within us. Thanks for joining us today, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm most honored and happy to be part of the show. Thank you very much.
That's great. And our ever beautiful queen. How you doing, queen? How was your week?
The only.
I'm doing all right. Good evening, everybody. I'm doing okay. My week was very nice, busy, and the weather is beautifully warm. No cold. This is just the best I know. I was actually discussing with my daughter yesterday, and this is like summer is so sharp, and like the cold is so long. When we're in winter, it's like it's forever. And summer is like maybe just 2 weeks and everything is over. Anyway, we thank God this is what it is. Thank you, Mr. Atanda, for joining us.
Thank you.
Nice to see your face. I've been listening to your music all through the week.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Thank you very much.
And of course, we have our able gentleman, our always humble chief back in Nigeria. Chief, welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, and good evening, Nigeria. I don't know what time you are in the U.S., but it's good from here to you in the U.S. because you see, this is the only country we have, and God willing, we will all survive in this country.
Amen. That's our prayer and that's our wish for Nigeria. Nigeria must survive.
Yes,
that's the way it is. So without much ado, just usually we like to do a little recap of things going on here. There's been some kind of shootings going on here in the United States. It's been crazy. The week before before this week, 8 people were shot and they were of Asian descent. Because somebody we don't know for whatever reason, this man took a gun and went into the spas and shot these 8 ladies, and they were all Asian people. And they're thinking this is all stemming from, linking coronavirus with the Chinese, that's, they're responsible for coronavirus and all that stuff. We don't know. The investigation is still going on, but, 8 people were shot. And just this past week, another gunman went into a store. It's like a supermarket, I'll call it in Nigeria, a supermarket, and shot 10 people and killed a police officer. And, again, every time this happens, we say our prayers and thoughts go out to the victims and their family. But how many prayers and thoughts are going to stop this? We have to have some reasonable and sensible gun laws in this country. It's amazing how when these things happen, they come up and say they had a mental problem. But I don't understand what kind of mental problem it is. The man woke up in the morning. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not any of these professions. But I'm looking at things from a layman perspective. The man woke up one morning, had money in his pocket, went to the store, purchased gun and ammunitions and everything. Even though they say he is mental, he was able to purchase a weapon and ammunition. he was able to plan out how he was going to carry out his attack. On the morning of the attack, he woke up, took a shower, dressed himself up, packed up his weapons and everything, and went out and killed 10 innocent people that have not done anything to him, that don't even know him. At the end of the day, they come up and say that he has mental problem. I don't understand what kind of mental problem you could have, that you are able to plan all this. People that have mental problems that don't have the capabilities of planning, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just looking at things from, a layman perspective. If you're able to plan all this stuff out and carry this out and kill people, I don't think it's a mental issue. If people were laughing at you because of what your name is or where you come from or your accent, people do that anyway. People do that. When we go to school, not everybody's going to like you in school. You're going to have friends, you're going to have those that don't like you. But don't go out killing innocent people because people don't like you. Those people you killed could like you. You don't know. You didn't give them a chance. You just went ahead and killed 10 innocent people. You didn't just kill those 10 people, you killed their families too and friends. Because if that's a family member, if that's a breadwinner in that family, you destroyed that family. You just don't kill 10 people. But justice must prevail. He got arrested. He's going through the process now. We'll see what happens. But this method of claiming insanity is what I don't get. Our lawmakers have to do something better than just sending thoughts and prayers. We have to keep ourselves safe. Like the United States and like Nigeria, every country, like any country in the world, every country has their own problems. The most issue the United States is facing has been this gun violence issue. It's been going on since Columbine up until this day. And no reasonable law, nothing whatsoever is in place to check people. But when it happens and people die, we all feel sorry, we all feel sad, we have to do something. We have to do something. I hate to start our show on that note, but it's the reality, it's what's going on the ground. And as per coronavirus here in the United States, the government is on track to beat the record of 100 million vaccination. They are on track to get 200 million vaccination in 100 days. That is amazing. The government is doing all that they can to make sure that people get vaccinated. So if you have the opportunity of getting the vaccine, please get vaccinated. The more vaccination we get, the better for us. They're out there doing the best that they can. And they're also trying as much as possible doing research for younger people. Younger ages can also get it. And they have just come up to say that it's safe for pregnant women. And they are, so if you're pregnant, don't run from the vaccine. Please get the vaccine. But they're also having issues with the AstraZeneca vaccine. It has not been cleared yet. So we're still looking to see what's going to happen because it has a history of blood clots behind it. Some countries have stopped taking it, because I believe Nigeria has also said they should stop taking the AstraZeneca vaccine. So we don't know yet, but we'll see how things go. So not to bore you too much, Mr. David Adodo, welcome to the show. I see you just joined us. Good to see you.
Thank you, Tunde.
Good to see you. We have our brother here, Brother Solomon Atanda. That's Mr. Adodo. I don't know if you can see him. He's the main man of the show. That's why the show is named after him.
Yeah, Samuel Atunde. How are you doing, my brother? Samuel, how are you doing, my brother?
Me?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
That's wonderful.
I'm fine. And you?
I'm fine. I'm doing great. I was able to listen to some of your music. You were doing great, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, we are going to try as much. Yeah, we are going to try as much as possible to see how we can boost you down here.
Wow. Thank you. I crossed my heart. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Thank you. We have to thank Tunde for being able. Want to thank Tunde for being able to bring you into the show, and we will do our best to make sure that anybody that come, any of these artists that come into the show, we're going to do our best to make sure that we promote them so that they can be, big stars, superstars.
Yes. That's the plan. That's the plan. The only thing, like I said on the last show, that's working in Nigeria in the favor of Nigerians are music and arts. Music and arts. Those are the only things that are working in Nigeria. And it is not easy to do an album or to produce this art that these individuals embark on. It's not easy. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of headaches. But they are still able to come up with their art. They are still able to come up with good international quality art, which is what will bring me to my first question for you, Mr. Atanda. How do you do it? How do you go about it? I know it's not easy.
Like you all know, and like you practically said, it's not easy down here. Like what you guys are enjoying over there, that's for the time. Go to the studio with the musicians, an ensemble, backup singers, music and the drum. To make good music.
Yeah, we're having some kind of issue hearing you. If you can move closer to your mic or to your phone or your laptop, it'll be easier for us to hear you. Okay.
So can you hear me clearly now?
Wonderful. Yes,
now?
Very well.
Yes.
Like I'm saying, it's crazy here when it comes to record album. You know, you have to think about mobilize for your musician. Ensemble, horns, we have the keyboardists, the drummer, and the backup singer. Mobilizing them down to the studio down here, not an easy task to make a whole album. So it's crazy down here. What you guys are enjoying over there, like that, yeah.
So struggle.
It's a struggle everywhere, Mr. Atanda. It's just that there are different struggles based on where you're at.
Basically, for the art and for the art. So we don't have to stop. We have to keep pushing up. Where Nigerian music is recently and ourselves, you over there contributed a lot, and we down here, we are all trying to, Nigerian music to the mainstream. Whole lot of effort ourselves. So I think close to ourselves saying that.
That's very good. I see you have the fusion Afrobeats. I get crazy when I hear the horns. When the trumpeters come in, that's it for me. You have a fusion of Afrobeats. You have music, the horns coming in. You have all that and jazz.
Jazz, yeah.
You have a combination of all those things infused in your music, which is just amazing. I was playing it in my car, and I stopped at the red light. I put the volume up, and people that were next door to the car, they were looking at my car. That what is it listening to? So it is amazing. It's nice. So, but Mr. Adodo, you want to say something? You have a question? I see you seem like you're itching to talk.
Yes, I just want to commend Samuel for all that
Solomon.
Yes, Solomon. Yeah, I want to congratulate him all that he's doing, and I listened to the music 2 days ago, even today, the jazz, the trumpet, everything is just so fantastic. I think it was even somewhere. I think it was in Mali or somewhere, or Ivory Coast, and I also watched the show. On the I think the guys, this gentleman is going to go places, and he's very young, so he's going to go places. So I just want to tell everybody to try and listen to his music, patronize this young man. We have so much talent, so much talent in Nigeria. It's unbelievable. Nigeria can actually make a lot of money. From this artist. We are so blessed with this young artist. It's unbelievable. So I just want to commend this young man for all that he's doing, and I can guarantee him by the special grace of God, the sky is going to be his limit.
Great.
Chief is here.
Yeah, Chief is with us. Okay. So one thing that I find that is very unique is when you do your show in Abidjan, and was it in Abidjan, or the other one was in Cameroon, I believe it was. Even though they do not understand the language, but the music, the beats is able to carry them along, even though they could not understand what you're saying. So that was something that intrigued me, because it is not every artist that know how to perform with a live band, but you seem to do that effortlessly.
Yeah. Music is a language, sound, always comes in when you get those things directly. So, it's the music. So once you hear the music, things. So, your background, or which continent you're from. Music is music. Once the music is good, you get to feel it. That's it. Thank you very much.
That's good. We cannot conduct this interview without letting our queen say something. We have a queen on this show, and so the queen. I'm sure the queen is itching to say one or two things. Queen, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Sunday. Well, talking about music industry in Nigeria, I was discussing with somebody yesterday that the likes of Kenny, Ogungbe, and D1, they really done great for our artists in Nigeria. They made them to know that they can do it, and when they came out to start, pushing all those guys up, we can see what we have become in Nigeria. For us to get to the Grammy, it's a big deal. And I give it to them that they made all those people, all our artists to believe that they can do it. And that is what we are seeing in Mr. Solomon Atanda today. Yes. We are really proud of you. I'm really, really proud of you. I'm proud of all Nigerian artists because I always say that, okay, tomorrow I can get up to say, okay, I want to become a lawyer or a doctor. The only thing for me is to just study. But I can't wake up tomorrow and say, okay, I want to become an artist. I want to start singing. It has to be talent. And I thank God and I thank the people that are behind that made this. You guys know that, okay, you got the talent and you can exhibit it and people will believe in you without saying, okay, the only thing that will believe that sells most in Africa, especially in Nigeria, is education. You can still have your education and still pursue your talent. So I appreciate that in you. I was reading your biography. I've gone through it about 3-4 times and I see that you are a Lagosian.
Yes.
And okay, like the talent has been in you. Is it from when you were growing up, or along the line you discovered that you have this talent and you need to pursue it? Because I can see that you're well read. You ended up going to LASSO, aside from the music school that you've gone to. So how did you come about this and what motivated you?
Yes, we started at Lagos. I was on Lagos.
Oh, Mr. Atanda, we're having that issue with the mic again. If you can move closer, please.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, but
it's noisy. Maybe if there's earpiece, if you have earpiece, you have your earpiece, you can connect it to whatever you're using.
And that would help us so that we can get
the noise is coming from Chief.
Okay, Chief is muted. Mr. Atanda, can you hear me?
Is it better now?
Yes. It's better now.
All right, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Sorry about that. So, I'm saying, sorry about that.
Yes.
Yes. I was born and raised in Lagos, so I originally came from the part of the time. So I was born and brought up in Lagos. I started school in Lagos. I'm from the night in Lagos. So I basically so when my mom actually said I was going to leave, so I have no choice than to actually offer that and actually take that. I'm a Lagosian by birth, so quite amazing. So that's it.
That's good. I'm a cook gong.
Really Lagosian.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So, Mr. Charles, I know you have a question.
Yes, I have a lot for him, but I hope his fans are listening. You know, the fans are listening, you know, to this show for him. But first of all, I just have one question for you. But have anybody said to you that you look like David? David. Davido. I mean, from afar, you look like Davido. I'm telling you, from afar, you know. But in Nigerian English, yeah. Have anybody said that to you?
I've actually heard that from quite a number of people trying to say, you look like Davido. I look like Davido.
I know. I mean, I've seen you on stage a little bit far away. I mean, and sometimes, I mean, your face looks like him, though. I mean, you know, your face looks like him, but from afar, you know. But the question that I have for you, in Nigerian industry, how does copyright affect music that you guys produce?
Big deal. Question is big, and this issue started a long time ago when we began to have record details in Nigeria. Not really doing enough. You all know Nigerian government is not really protecting the interest of people. So it's a big problem. It has affected a lot because what we have in Nigeria now is not industry. Like, I'm sorry, I stand to be corrected. Already, like all these artists here on air, like the likes of Bonner Boy, this so guys are real, very big, like trying to push what they're having. So copyright in Nigeria is a really good thing because we have copyright laws in Nigeria, but the government officials are not. I had to go through a lot of things, a lot of time wasting, a lot of resources to put together. Have this big market in Nigeria that which is the heart of
the sales is in Alaba market.
Yeah.
Alaba market. Government actually knows that's where it's happening, where all these guys are actually whatever things the artists are trying to put together. Where all these guys are actually sorry about that. Where all these guys are actually not really doing enough. So everything still falls back to government. So their interest already on testing our music industry. And we all know our industry is really going on world global market now. Everybody's talking that interest for Nigerian music because we have it. So it's really a very issue. Really that started in the 90s. But it's a really big one. These things. But it is what it is. So the big one. What is it? Out there, we have all of this thing and all of this effort together trying to make good music. So it's not easy to have this copyright issue in Nigeria and continue because the government is not really ready to make more time to the market.
So with this issue of copyright, how do you guys make your money, or how do you intend to make your money? Because right now, if you release an album, you've not even made maybe quarter of what to push out, and a whole lot of people, they already have your album with them. So how do you people intend to start making money, or What are the steps that you guys are taking to appeal to government to do something, or maybe you guys will have to come together to see what you can do to take out this copyright issue? How do you intend to make your money?
Earlier, we don't really have a music stakeholders that are supposed to. We don't have a structure like all of the stakeholders that are supposed to come together and have a stuff. But in Nigeria, like someone like me, who's a performer, the only way and the only purpose where we get money is performing and performing. Your trophy and enough to put up an album. When you make an album, that's what you do. But when it comes to selling all or putting it for all of these platforms, it doesn't really make enough. It's really enough for this kind of thing. So it's crazy down here. So this basically is a money performing contract. I got a contract. Couldn't were able to have a contract because of this COVID-19 issue. So and I had one in 2019. That's how we make money. Only way we make money as performer and like us who do original music and so not really down here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow. So we're going to take a quick break. Jason, if you're ready, I would like for you to play. There's a song that Mr. Atanda has that's very dear to me when I listen to it. It's called Derayo. It's like a tribute to children. I would like for you to play that song, please, for our listeners. Jason, we're going to take a break. Please play us Derayo by Mr. Solomon Atanda.
I don't have that one necessarily in MP3 yet.
You don't? Okay, one. Just play me. No, but okay, let's play something that you have.
I can
I
get
think
it.
It's on YouTube.
Lady, okay.
Yeah.
OGE.
All right, hold on a second.
So, Mr. Atanda, while we're going to break, if you want to speak.
You're listening to African Voices Radio, the David Adodo Show.
Just like Rose of Sharon, just like and your lips taste better than the wine. Verily, verily, oh, even your eyes seems like that of the dove. Look to your eyes, don't be like alágbẹ̀dẹ tó mi lùrì lójú kan náà olóhùn tó ń wá ọ̀wọ̀wọ̀. Ojú tá mi àfọwọ́ bómi sí mi nìka ìgbà àìsàn owó dé ọ̀rọ̀ tùnú rẹ̀ ló ń tu mi lọ́kàn. Bí mo bá rògùn bí mo bá rọ̀ṣà apá rẹ̀ ni mo dé sí ẹni láya rere lọ́ọ̀dẹ̀. Bí mo bá dárin ìkẹ́ yóò ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ̀mọ̀ bá mi gbé. This the vine that's flourish in my yard. Oh, even my life no go gel without you. Oh my love, please sail the ocean with me. Oh. Alágbẹ̀dẹ tó mi lù mí lójú kan náà, olóhùn tó ń wá, olóhùn tó ń wá. Ojú ń ta mi, àfọwọ́ bómi sí mi níkà. Ìgbà ìsan owó dé, ọ̀rọ̀ tùnú rẹ̀ ló tún mi lọ́kàn. Bí mo bá lọ́kùn tí mo bá rọ̀ṣà, àpárẹ̀ ni mo dé sí. Ẹni láya rere lọ́ọ̀dẹ̀, bí mo bá dárí ìkẹ́ yóò ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ mọ̀ bá mi gbé. Àdùkẹ́ o, oyin fún jòwó. Àṣàbí o, ọmọlẹ́wà. Ọmọ táwọn o, èyí fún jòwó. Àmọ́ pé o, ọmọlẹ́wà. Àyìnkẹ́ o, èyí fún jòwó. Àdùnní o,
You're listening to African Voices Radio, the David Adodo Show.
Àbákẹ́ o, èyí fún jòwó. Àjíkẹ́ o, ọmọlẹ́wà. Àbíkẹ́ o, èyí fún jòwó.
All right, so we're back from our break. Our guest today is Mr. Solomon Atanda, the sensational Afrobeats artist from Nigeria. Queen, I understand you have a question for Mr. Atanda. Oh, you're muted, Queen. You're muted, Queen. There you go.
It's still David Adodo Show. We're live here in Baltimore. Yeah, Mr. Atanda, from your music, you sound so much like Beautiful Nubia. And Beautiful Nubia is one of my best artists. Do you have any way, does it motivate you in any way because you sound so much like him? So much like him.
Yeah, you know, I could remember that was years ago. But when I actually started, I started music. So back then, I actually started music personally, trying to listen to music. So really big one for me. So, I have people that actually listen to back then. The way like you rightly said, so it influenced my music in a way. But, you know, I actually listen to music back then. So that's it.
Thank you.
All right, so
I had one as well. Not so much a question, but a comment.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jason.
So you know, every time I hear an artist like this, I have to just commend you on the musicianship. I mean, just the playing of the horns and the percussions. It reminds me in some way, and I keep forgetting how much Latin music is connected to African music. But you have such a fusion sound. Me being the only Afro-Latino on the group here, I hear such a fusion of, you know, different sounds. And it sounds almost in some cases, you know, very familiar with like salsa music and the way the percussions and stuff in salsa music is. And like I said, I keep forgetting the fact that, you know, salsa and calypso and all these different genres of music have its origin from African music. So I just want to commend you and your band just on the percussions, the horns, you know, the musicianship of your sound. It's just beautiful music. Just want to commend you on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, before Chief, I know you're over there in Nigeria with Mr. Atanda. Can you unmute yourself, sir, so we can hear what you're saying, sir?
Yeah, listening to him, I think, are you hearing me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to him clearly, and I think I commend him. And I want him to also know that his music right now is similar to that of Fela Nicola Okuti and the Lolola Beatles when he started newly in those days. Immediately came back from England. He also sounds so much like Segun Bokno. If you remember Segun Bokno very well, he sang Afari Korodo Omore Alama Lama Kwemilafa Kaudori Koba Kobamo. He fella sang Fela Kwame Sibe Odano, Moti Sofun Etele Komaloba Oshori Koko and all that. You also sound like Fatai Rolling Dollar in your percussion. You took a lot from all that, and that is very, very, very unique and good of you. The only musician who has succeeded in doing that in the past was Sikiru Ayinde Barrister, when he joined some of those percussions from different sounds and combined them to make African music, the one he called Fuji music. Your music is so unique, and I think you will go places. Samuel Atanda, nothing will limit you. Good luck to you.
Hi. Great. Thank you so much, Chief. Thank you so much. There's one more question that I have to ask Mr. Solomon before we let him go, because I know he's late in Nigeria now, and he's probably trying to go to sleep, and we're here bothering him. The question I have for you is this: that picture on that album, Ileosha, the back, that picture right there with you standing. That picture is so unique and it's so catchy. When I went into, knew you were coming on the show, and I went ahead and pulled you up on YouTube, and I saw that picture. I left everything else I was doing and I went straight to that picture. It is so unique. It is so, it's different from every album cover that you would see out there with you. What is that? What is the significance of what you're holding in your hand? Are you holding the world? It's like a white bulb or something in your hand, and your guitar on the other hand. What is the significance of that picture?
We trying to bring back our history, and we got to know that, the whole history of women, humanity actually boils back to, Africa, So trying to hold that with me is just like holding the earth. Like, we know, actually started from us. Some point, we'll actually get back that. So that's the idea. And me holding this out, on the other hand, is just trying to make people see what I have with me. And I mean, so holding the earth, on the other hand, is just significant to me, trying to let people know that Africa, the whole thing of humanity actually started from Africa. And the other hand, we talked about me. So that's it.
Yeah, that is very unique. When I saw that, I said, wow, I have to find out. I know there's something behind this picture, because in most cases you see the picture of a beautiful woman or something as the album cover, but that picture right there is so dramatic and so unique. So we want to thank you so much for being part of this program. Yes, Mr. Adodo. Yes.
I just want to say some few things to Solomon Atanda.
Yes, Solomon, go ahead, Mr. David.
Solomon, you are a young gentleman and a lively and vibrant gentleman. You are going to go little places, just like the chief said. I am so proud of you, and I know the sky is your limit. Keep doing what you are doing. Keep fighting hard. Nothing comes easy. It might not be easy for you right now, but the sky, is your limit. As long as you keep doing what you are doing, just like the chief said, Fela Nicola Bokuti, if you listen to his earlier music and what you are doing now, I think you are just doing the right thing, and you are going to go places. And I urge all Nigerians, all Africans, entire world to listen to your music, patronize you, so as the sky will actually be your limit. So thank you so much, and just like Tunde said, for this, for coming to the show. We appreciate you coming.
Yes,
I appreciate you.
And if he doesn't have any Latino fans, let me be the first, okay? Because I'm telling you, I love the percussions and I love your singing style.
So Jason is your first Latino fan. He loves the percussion. So thank you, Jay. And I also understand that Mr. Charles has one more question for you before we let you go. Mr. Charles.
Okay.
Please unmute yourself.
Mr. Charles, can you unmute yourself, please?
I'm sorry. Just one advice. First of all, thanks for coming, and then we'll hope to keep in touch. But I think you need Chief down there. If you listen to Chief, you need him down there for some certain background management. I mean, if you listen to what he has said, I think he knows your background, your music in and out, people that it sounds like. I don't know. I'm not saying it about your managers, but maybe you really need to know him a little bit.
Yes, I need to meet Chief. Chief, can you hear me, sir?
Lagos for you.
Okay, Chief can hear you.
I'm craving more to meet you. Like I would love to meet you, sir. If you wouldn't mind, I'll come look for you wherever you are.
After the program, I will link up with you through Tunde Phillips.
Okay.
Yes. I will collect some good jet before I give your information to Chief.
Tunde.
You're true Nigerian.
Yes, Mr. Adodo.
Yeah, we are going to put.
Nigerian police are used to a good jet. Please don't be like that.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Adodo.
Yeah, so we are going to see what we can do for Solomon Atanda.
Yes.
Yeah, we are going to try and put something together for him. Let him know that.
Okay, he's hearing you. He can hear you. He can hear you. So, Mr. Atanda, we're going to do the best we can for you and for every artist that comes on this show. Our aim is for us to get our music to be international, regardless of what the government of the country is doing. Again, I know there's a Nigerian Copyright Council, and I don't know when that council was put together a long time ago. One of the directors was a very, very, even though was an older brother, but was a very, very close friend, Mr. Shola Agbaje Williams. He's late now. Those were the ones that put that had a vision for the Nigerian Copyright Council at that time. I was always around him when all this was put together. But again, like everything in government, it crumbles. There's no reason why your music is played on the radio and you're not getting something for it. There's no reason why your music should be pirated. That's your work of art. That belongs to you. That's your originality. There's no way that should be taken away from you. But again, we don't have the structure. And when we have something that looks like a structure, instead of pursuing what they're supposed to be pursuing, they're doing something else. They're not doing the work they are supposed to be doing. And that's why artists to suffer and they have to do shows and upon shows upon shows. And guess what? We appreciate you guys. We appreciate every single thing you do, because with your music is like an ambassador. It goes before you. Your music has been played in places you haven't been to. Your music represents you, and so is the art, not just music. So I'm talking about the musicians, the Nollywood actors, and all these things. Nigerian movies are on Netflix. Not just on Netflix, but they go to film festivals and stuff like that. Nigerian music and films are featured. So we are really, really appreciate you guys for everything that you're doing. As cumbersome and as troublesome and as hideous as the situation is in Nigeria that the government has made, it is unbelievable that out of all that headache, you guys can still put out something that is worth listening to, and something that is worth appreciating. So we thank you so much for your effort. We thank you for everything that you do. With the Copyright Council, we hope that one day they will put somebody that knows about the art as a director, so that they'll be able to do things, because it's a political appointment. They just put anybody there. As far as they are concerned, culture is when presidents arrive, some people come and dance at the airport and shake their butt, and that's culture to them. They don't understand the essence of culture. That's your identity. That's who you are, and so we need to promote that. That's the only way forward for us in Nigeria, So, but thank you again, Mr. Solomon Atanda. We work, we appreciate your presence. You're free to come back anytime. And I will definitely send your information to Chief. You can come back, be part of our program. We talk about Nigeria. We talk about everything from art, music, politics, and everything. So that's what we do here. African Voices Radio, the David Adodo Show. Thank you so much for being part of us. We're going to take a break.
He's going to hear from us. He's going to hear from us very soon.
Oh, and then you're going to hear from us also very soon. So we're going to play Oge, before you go. Yes.
I'd like to quickly comment. Like I'm on a project now. I'm on an album, and the album will be coming out before the end of this year. The album is titled Motherland.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I think I have I have him in I'll actually get back to you, and as soon as the project
definitely
getting done out. So I would love to come back here.
Definitely.
And
we would love to have you.
Looking forward to meet you in person, sir. I would appreciate.
Oh yeah, most definitely. No problem. Anytime. So wait, when you're ready for your album release, when it drops, or we are about to launch it or whatever, just hit me. You come back for another show. We'll put it out there. Let people know. So and then that's the least we can do from this end. Because I know. So my brother, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. So we're going to listen to Oge. Jason, if you're ready for us, let's do Oge, and then we'll go from there. Thank you.
Oya gbọ́mọ ó tẹ́tí ó gbọ́ mi àdùnní. Àní ó tẹ́tí ó gbọ́ ó yára gbọ́ mi àdùnkẹ́. Owó dilẹ̀ lọ́mẹ́rán gbé o, ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ kì í yan fálódì, oge dúró kí mi ò oge. Owó dilẹ̀ lọ́mẹ́rán gbèsè o, èmi ò dẹ̀ ní làájú mi sílẹ̀, kíkí gogoro ogun lójú o. She wanna dey see wetin my eyes dey see. She find it pass fine, she shine it pass shiny oge. See how beauty glow well it pass the sunrise. No be say I take it something wetin I see, na im I dey yarn. This oge pretty welly, oge. This oge fine welly, oge, my love, oge. This oge nice welly, oge, my love, oge. As I dey look you from head to toe, I no get the other name to call you pass oge. If you no be you, you no fit be no other person. Hey, ojú kan ládàá mi oge. Hey, me I don't see, I don't feel, I don't touch before. This one where I see na the real deal. Oge, baby. Hey, see your beauty glow well it passes sunrise. No be say I smoke something waiting I see. Na im I dey yarn. Igbe. This oge hotty welly, oge. This oge tight welly, oge. My love, oge. This oge pretty welly, oge. My love, oge. Pretty welly, oge. This oge nice welly, oge. My love, oge. This oge hotty welly, oge. My love, oge.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Atanda. That was Oge. So, ladies and gentlemen, go out there. Go get the album, go listen to it. Let us make our own, the greatest. Thank you for being with us, Mr. Atanda. Thank you.
I do appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. So we're going to go right back to our show, the format of our show, which is we're going to switch around over to find out what's going on in Africa and around the world. So over to Chief in Nigeria. Chief, what's the latest in Africa? How's Africa doing? You're muted, Chief. You're muted, Chief.
Yeah, Nigeria is good. Africa is cool. The best continent in the world.
You can see that
continent that is so blessed. Continent that is naturally blessed. No disaster. We don't have these natural disasters there. We are naturally blessed, favored. And our gods are gods of peace. That's what we have in Africa before the advent of the foreign religions that brought about calamities to our land. Well, right now in Nigeria, everything seems a continuum of insecurity, a continuum of political razzmatazz, and all that is what we have here. I kept on asking, what is happening to the 39 students of the forestry, adults that were picked up? Some of these women were not dressed. They were half naked. They were just having their wrapper around their waist. And we have not heard anything about them for the past weeks now. The father of one of them died. He collapsed and died a few days ago. And we don't have a government that is talking. We have a very silent government, a government that does not interact with the citizenry. That's what we have now. All this boiled down. Somebody was saying, and I think he was right, and that's Rotimi Amechi, when he was talking at the convocation of the University of Calabar yesterday. When people like this start to say the truth, then the truth is coming out. He said that the children of the masses have been neglected by the elites. So what we have now is a revolt of the neglect that has permeated our system for many years. And that's a fact. We are not educating our children in the past. The North, we call them North disadvantaged area in education. They don't send children to school. They allow Almanjiris to take over. And these Almanjiris will grow to be adults. In those days, they called them Almanjiri. Now, who are they? They are bandits. They are the terrorists. They are Almanjiris that you neglected, that you gave Kose and Pap. They come to your gate every day in the past. You give them Kose, that's the Akara, and beans and Pap. You give them. Now they have grown to be adults. They are now asking you, what do you have for us? They are now the bandits. They are now the terrorists. And that's what we have. And we are still lacking back in educational policy. I was reading Nigerian education policy and I discovered that we have derailed entirely from the laid down principles that were there in the past. When I looked, I took my time to read a lot about our past ministers of education. The first minister of education was Jaja Nwachukwu. The second minister of education was Richard Akijide. We had them, but we have eventful ministers of education. We had Ibrahim Jubril Aminu. In 1978-79, we had Muhammadu Ali, who created Ali Must Go in the Ali Must Go saga of 1979. The policies that were raised then were not touching what they should touch. And that is the result that we have in this nation today. Because we neglected the masses, we neglected the children of the poor. And the children of the poor that we refuse to train, according to the said Chief of Afemi Awolowo, they have now turned against the nation. And I don't know when this will go off. I don't know. Because the government started negotiating with bandits. And that negotiation has culminated into what Gumi, a Sheikh Gumi, or whatever he is clamoring and negotiating on behalf of bandits, liking them up to say that what was obtained in Niger Delta should now be obtained to bandits in the north. We are now seeing the faces of what the whole agitation is all about. So all this put together, I think we are still having a big problem in Nigeria. A group came up, sprang up a few days ago. they say restructure Nigeria now. And I subscribe to it deeply because I don't subscribe to Oduduwa Republic, Biafra Republic, and all this agitation. I don't subscribe to them anymore. I think the thing that we need is restructuring. Because if you say Oduduwa Republic, Biafra Republic, and all these republics, there will still be very high pockets of trouble. I don't know where the Benins, the Edos will want to belong to if Oduduwa wants to break away from Nigeria.
They will go with the Oduduwa.
They may not. You see, they are also they will be afraid to become a minority in Oduduwa.
Chief, we are not going to. Chief, I'm from Benin. I'm from Edo. We are not going with Oduduwa. We are going to join the South. We are going to join. We are going to have our own.
Have you had that? At the South.
Chief.
Okay.
Chief.
Yes.
Chief, please. I am not. Me personally, I am against the fractionalization of Nigeria. I want Nigeria as a unit
to remain.
Yeah, as a unit. That's why I do not subscribe to the hula baloo of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho. I understand what they are saying. I understand why they are fighting. I really appreciate what they are fighting for. But I do not subscribe to the fragmentation of Nigeria. And in all that I say and do, I don't subscribe to it. But if it comes to the fractionalization of Nigeria, Edo is not going to join Oduduwa. We are from the South. Niger Delta, we are all part of the Niger Delta. And we are, if it comes to that, which I don't subscribe to. If it comes to that, we are going to form our own country. Niger Delta is big enough to form its own country. So I don't want the Oduduwas and the Biafrans to think that we, the Edos, are going to join. We are not going to join. I don't speak for the entirety of Edos. I'm just saying that in my perspective, it's not going to happen that we join Oduduwa or we're going to join the Biafran. We are Niger Delta, and that's where we belong.
Mr. Adodo, Nigeria won't break up.
Thank you.
The richest man in Africa is Dangote Aliko. He is spending billions of dollars creating so many businesses on the shores of the lagoons of Lagos, on the shores of the beaches of Lagos. He's from the north. I don't see Nigeria breaking up, but I think this crisis should help Nigeria to restructure. If Nigeria restructure and we have our regional beings, our regional identities, then Nigeria will forge ahead. Let us grow at our own pace. Let the man who produces granite in Kano live on his granite. Let the people who produces rubber, timber, and in the Edo where Mr. Adodo is from, let them live on their rubber, timber, and plantain. Let the people who create cocoa.
Chief, we are not. We have plantain. We are not going to rely on our plantain. We have a lot of mineral resources.
I'm just putting that. You see, we have columbite. We have clay. In every part of Nigeria, we have so many natural deposits. As we have gold in Zamfara, so do we have in Osun. So do we have in the axis of Edo. So do we have clay. So do we have columbite. So do we have so many things deposited. Butime, they are all over Nigeria, but we have refused to tap them because we lack good leadership. Anyway, I think at this junction, I want to finalize now. I think what we really need to do for Nigeria is a total restructuring, and that is the thinking of the elites, the younger generation. They are not also subscribing. The Sorosoke generation are not subscribing to break up of Nigeria. Nigeria shouldn't break up. Nigeria should just restructure, and this is the time. If that restructuring evades this country, then the break up will definitely definitely come about, because they say those who make peaceful change impossible make violent change very inevitable. Thank you.
Tunde.
Yes.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Sorry, NEPA struck here. You know, we don't normally.
This is what we're saying. Live on David Adodo's show. NEPA just took the light.
I know.
Not thank God. Well, we are not in Nigeria.
Chief, we're going to let you go because I know that you do not have electricity.
It's going to put on the. I'm sure they.
No, the generator will come.
It will come. Okay. Okay. All right, Chief. That's fine. Go ahead, Mr. Dodo.
I really don't want to talk about Dangote and his conglomerate. Like the chief really just said some few minutes ago, Dangote is a non-donor, a Fulani non-donor. All this kidnapping, all these atrocities perpetrated by his kingsmen. What has Dangote come out to say about these atrocities melted out by his kinsmen against Nigerians? He is making money from all Nigerians. A bag of cement right now is going to 4,000, and he has absolute monopoly. Dangote has absolute monopoly on cement, absolute monopoly on sugar, absolute monopoly on tomatoes, absolute
rice.
monopoly on rice, on spaghetti. You can go on and on and on and on. And people are telling me that this is the richest man in Africa. The richest man in Africa is draining Africans to become the richest man in Africa. Why on earth will cement be going to 4,000 naira when all the mineral resources that is used to produce cement, they are all in Nigeria? So Dangote has gotten so much money from the federal government of successive governments, and he has the effrontery to be increasing the price of cement, prices of everything. All these prices, Nigerians are crying about inflation and everything. And all of these things that Nigerians are crying about are the products of Dangote. And he has gotten a lot of money from the federal government to get to the position where he is. There is no Nigerian in Nigeria, anywhere in the world, who has gained from the government of Nigeria like Dangote. I speak for a lot of Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians will not have the opportunity to say what I'm saying right now. Dangote is making a lot of money from Nigerian and African, and he's not doing enough for these people. Every day, people are talking about him being the richest man. I said some time ago that even a Neanderthal, an imbecile Neanderthal from the Stone Age, if given the money that Dangote has been given, will probably be the richest man in the whole world. His kinsmen are killing people every day. Dangote has not come out to say anything about this insecurity, just like Buhari. What is going on? And is apart from his business, his trucks are killing Nigerians. His trailers are killing Nigerians almost on a daily basis. His drivers are reckless on the highway. The government is not saying anything about what Dangote did, the danger of Dangote in Nigeria. I put it to all Nigerians. In the next 10, 20 years, this man would have hijacked the economy of Nigeria. We will have to be begging him for money. We better wake up. Maybe the international community will have to come here, because I trust the United States. Very soon, they are going to be looking for ways and means to do something about his excesses. We have to, tell Dangote he has to bring the prices of all these commodities down, so that the ordinary man on the street, the ordinary Nigerian, will be able to buy his products. And he should speak to the nation about insecurity. He is the richest man in Africa. His voice will be held by a lot of people. That is what he needs to do. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Charles. You were trying to say something.
I'm coming from a different perspective, from what Chief said and what David is saying. First of all, we're talking about Nigeria. We have not even look at. There's nowhere. I don't think Nigeria is going to break down or be fragmented from not to, because that will be the worst thing Nigeria has ever done. Because unless you're gonna bring 2 states and make them one country, that's the only way it will work. And I've always said it. It's not gonna work. I'm not in support of it. There's more to it than we know. You know, a lot of people have invested so many in other places that if you look at that community, I don't see them leaving all those their investment to just unless the state or the new country will buy everything they have, which I know is not going to happen. But when it comes to things about Dangote or something, Dave, you got to look at something. Listen, you know, I don't know. Maybe you know better because you read more on that. I don't know how Nigeria made him to be what he is today, but he's a businessman. He has his product everywhere, selling it. But I don't really believe, knowing Nigerians, I don't think that Dangote really is the one, the price of cement is so high. I'll be honest with you. Nigerians, the way commerce works in I don't even think, it's just like, we just talk about the entertainment. Now, when the CDs are going high, you think it's these musicians that are doing it?
Charlie, let me step in. Charlie, let me step in. Charlie,
but
when cement, when cement was 2,000 something, the dealer, let me finish. When cement was 2,000 something, the dealers were selling cement at 2,000 something. So something must move from the producer to the distributor before the price will go up. The price don't just go up from 2,000 something to 4,000, from 2,000 naira to 4,000, and without the producer. Do you know how much money he made from sugar in 1 year? I just read it.
That is his own business. That is his own business.
You cannot be draining money from the people talking about profit. You have to control your profit margin. This man made about 11 billion in 1 year. 11 billion in 1 year. I am in a business. I do business. I'm a businessman. You know me. You assist me. Understand? I'm a businessman. I can decide. I'm the only African that smokes turkey in America. I can decide to charge 60 naira per box of turkey. And I know how many boxes of turkey I produce in a day. I can decide to charge. Let me finish. I can decide to charge whatever I want to charge on a box of turkey. And that will be my profit margin immediately. Dangote made about 11 billion in 1 year on sugar alone. Know your facts before you come over here and come and tell me about Dangote and why he's not making that he's not making money about cement. The price of cement has to come down. It is on his watch to do that.
Yes, Mr. Charles, go ahead. You're muted, Mr. Charles. You're muted.
Let's say continue muted.
You're muted, Mr. Charles. You're muted.
Nigerians, as far as I remember what I said before, I said you probably know, but the thing that I can assure you, if you Nigerian, I can assure you that your facts out of Nigeria cannot be correct because nothing comes out of there that is correct. All this is assumption. They can, I mean, the man is in business.
Is the price of cement assumption? It's 4,000.
No. The price of cement, but I'm just telling you that it might not be what it comes out of Dangote factory that makes it 4,000. It might not be. You see, this is a country that nothing goes up. Anything that goes up never come down. Never. And we don't know why. It's probably not coming out of their factory.
That's the probability.
Yes.
We talked about it last time. We were talking about these trailers doing what these people, Dave, when you have a company in Nigeria that is big, your driver will drive out and kill somebody, or when a policeman stops him, will say, do you know who I am? Do you know David Adodo? He's my boss.
Okay.
Listen, hold on. This is your driver that you've told how to behave on the road. And now people will come and say, oh, David Adodo allow his driver to come and listen. Some of these things that you see, and believe me, that man knows less of. I'm not saying, I know that if you go in
just like Buhari, just like Buhari, he knows less. He doesn't know.
Listen, listen. If you go to their HR book, you will see that these guys have these things. They have them in their HR books.
But
how to behave.
I want to give Queen. I want to give Queen. Let's hear from a woman. I want to give Queen. Let's hear from a woman. I want to give. Okay. Let's hear from a female perspective. I
will yield for the Queen.
Yeah, so that the men can take a break.
Yeah, not for David Adodo, but for the Queen, I yield. Thank you.
Go ahead, Queen.
Well, we are talking about educational system in Nigeria.
Oh my God!
How the government has bastardized it, and I'll take it from where Chief. I actually have a question for him before we digress to this Dangote thing. If we have to start talking about the Dangote thing, which I'm still going to mention it, but I want to go back to the point he was making at that time about the Almajiris, because our educational system in Nigeria had really gone down to minus zero. And how did we get to this level? How did we get to this stage? We need to really look at it categorically, because in those days, education is like a priority in Nigeria, in the lives of Awolowo down to that level. But up north, I'm sure the amount of money that is being voted for education down south and the eastern parts of Nigeria is the same thing that is voted for the northern parts of Nigeria. What are they doing with the money? Whose fault is it that they did not educate their own children, that they turned them to Almajiri, that they now turn to bandits in Nigeria now? Whose fault is that? Government, the cities? Nigeria, the number of presidents we have seen in Nigeria, the number of northern people from the northern parts of Nigeria, they are so huge. So what are they doing about the educational system in their own state that they now become terrorists in the lives of Nigerians? And for you, the president now is not saying anything about it. He's not saying it, and he's not doing anything about it. Chief, how has it come to which us in Nigeria as Nigeria for not educating our own children?
Our educational policy as a nation was derailed during the first coming of General Olusegun Aremu Obasanjo. Ahmadu Ali was the Minister for Education. So both of them are guilty for the derailment of our educational policies. One, they took over schools from both the missionaries and private individuals and organizations. Before then, government tuition fee was about 3 naira in public schools for secondary schools, or 6 naira for public school tuition fee, minus boarding house and all that. Private schools were charging according to the strength of their schools. We have
No, this shouldn't happen.
They've worked out with the connection. Yes, they've worked out with the connection.
So, but I know we just lost Chief. However, but
yes,
my take is that if we have on the educational front, education should be priority in any environment, in any society that wants to grow. Education should be priority. Not just education for the adults, but the education for the young ones as well that are coming, because the young ones are the future of the country. But what we see in Nigeria is that education is not priority, and they do it deliberately. Ask me why I say they do it deliberately. If you are educated, you'll be able to stand up to the government, right? You will know your rights. If you're educated, you will know that, oh, this is what it is supposed to be. It is not supposed to be like this. And so you can stand up to the government, and so you're a force, and so you are an opposition. The government don't like that. The one thing that government in Nigeria or Africa don't like is opposition. They want everybody to go with them. When they say yes, you should all say yes. But your yes might not be yes. And so that's the reason why I think that they have not made education a priority. It is only in the south of Nigeria, south, southwest, and all that area that you will see that education is a priority, that the mother or the father will do the best they can to educate and send their child to school. In the north, they don't do that. Those that do that are those that are enlightened from the south, or those that know the value of education. It is not as rampant as it is in the south. And so that is why you see that we are all not on the same page. We are all not on the same page. The same money that is voted for education in the south, voted to the north, but yet we're not seeing the result from the north like we're seeing from the south. These children that are not trained, are sent to the mosque, an imam sits down and impacts knowledge into them. What kind of knowledge is he impacting into them? There's nothing wrong in going to listen to a religious person, but what kind of knowledge is he impacting into them? What kind of knowledge does that religious person himself has? If it's a knowledge of hate, if it's a knowledge of, destroy these people, they're going to come out as bandits and terrorists like we have now. So it is the issue of the government. Again, government fails in everything in Africa. They fail in everything. Education being one of them.
Let me fast track.
Yes.
Let me fast track. There was a Professor Babs Fafunwa.
Yeah.
There was Professor Jubril Aminu.
Yes, Jubril Aminu.
In Nigeria, we don't put round pegs in round holes. If you see what we have had as the people we have gathered as education ministers, the first female education minister was Elizabeth Iyase. Later, we started having Yabo Anishulowo, Jubril, Aisha Jubril Duku, and all that. There was a minister of education called Jerry Agada. He was a teacher. Shekara was a teacher. Babs Fafunwa, a teacher. Jubril Aminu, a teacher. You see, these are people who went to schools under a very good education policy.
Exactly.
But when they got there, I went to a private, a public secondary school, a public primary school, but owned by the Catholics. You see, I told you, Obasanjo derailed our educational policy by taking over private schools and taking over religious institutions, religious schools. These religious schools were subsidized. They were given subsidy by their religious bodies to these schools, and these schools were doing very well. But you see, the problem of this nation, these same people who took over schools from government and from religious organizations and private organizations are now creating schools everywhere. The Pentecostal churches have now come up with different primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. The generals have come up with universities. There is Heritage University in Mina. There is the Belt in Ota. There is American University in Yola. Every of them, those who derail our education, have now formed elitist institutions, the ones that the poor cannot go to. So the poor are now on the street. Forget the north, both north, south, east, and west. How many children do we have out of schools in the southwest now? There are so many dropouts. In the days of Awolowo, there were free education. One of the beneficiaries of Awolowo's free education was Chief M.K. Abiola. He came out openly to say, if not for Awolowo, he would not have attended schools, because these were, and because Awolowo gave free education in the West, free education came to the East, emulation, they were emulating. But the North kept on saying educational disadvantage. If you are Okobi and you are schooling in the North, you are paying for Usman and Jubril and Kabiru and Ishaku that were not paying, because they don't pay. You will pay like 100 naira, they are not paying. So you are the one paying the fee they should pay to manage the school. Suddenly, we now had Bab Fafuwa who brought 6-3-3-4. Something that sounds like Joe Buffrey or Westhoff analysis of football. 6-3-3-4. And what is this 6-3-3-4? Very good one, very wonderful. 6, primary school. 3, junior secondary school, where you are supposed to do technical things, to do certain things, basic things in education, and go to higher senior secondary school, and there you go to the university. But let me tell you, when we were in the primary school, there were people who, when they finish primary school, they go to trade centers. Yaba Trade Center, Oshobo Trade Center, Abeokuta Trade Center, Nkalagun in the east Trade Center. These trade centers were producing bricklayers, carpenters, who were not just artisans. They were educated, and they teach them the rudiments of good technical education. But do we have the technical schools anymore? Do we have the trade centers anymore? In those days, if you finish trade centers, you take a certificate called City and Guild certificate. You take it, and you go to labor, Ministry of Labor, to take a certificate. If you're a bricklayer, you take a trade test at the Ministry of Labor. They will certify you that you are a qualified bricklayer, you are a qualified carpenter, you are a qualified mechanic. But today, what do we have? Mediocres. People, especially when Abuja was created, apprentice mechanics left Abuja, became masters in Abuja. They were not trade tests. They didn't go for any trade test. They didn't go for anything. So we are just training theory. We are just training. What did you read? Business administration. What did you read? Psychology. What did you read? Philosophy, anthropology. What did you read? I was killed. My wife can testify. I was killed by a medical doctor. I died before, if you don't know. I was killed by a medical doctor, a youth copper. He gave me an anesthesia injection, and I slept for almost 72 hours. I died. I saw angels because he was not a qualified person. He went to medical school without good qualification. So we are making mediocres. We are making those who are not supposed to be. How many doctors can be called doctors today? We went to an hospital. We complained to a doctor. You know what he did? He carried his phone and he was Googling the sickness before. That's what he was doing. He went to Google. You complained to a doctor. He went to Google before he can attend. He was writing from Google before he can attend to us. That's the kind of thing we have now.
Yeah, that is very bad. Especially, I mean, we laughed at the fact that you got anesthesia and then you were out for about 72 hours. But that is a serious thing. That is.
Yeah,
I was trying to ask the chief. He said he saw angel. Was he?
Yeah, I saw them.
Was it Gabriel? Was it Gabriel or?
No,
Gabriel?
I saw millions of angels, millions.
We thank God for life.
There's something we are talking about education.
Yes,
Nigerian education, for whatever everybody have said, I think we're correct, but I don't think that person is a doctor anyway, because some people give themselves those qualifications in Nigeria. They can from selling becoming a pharmacist, and they call themselves doctor. But upon all these things are how bad Nigerian education is. Regardless, the children of today, when you compare them globally, they still beat anybody in any field. If you go back a couple of weeks ago, they have what is called a global
mathematics.
Everyone heard about that. A Nigerian 16-year-old, the closest person came 30 points behind him.
Did you check the background of that child?
Europe, France, Canada, name them. The closest person And this guy is it Calabar somewhere in the east? Something like that.
Was that child from local government primary school or from an elitist private school?
Education system. It came out of Nigerian education system. The closest person in this global mathematical competition, 30 points behind. This is
it's an exceptional case. It's an exceptional case.
I think what the chief is trying to make us understand is that it is an exceptional case. Yes, it's true. The boy, had 30 points, but one person out of a million having 30, winning.
If you test all
educational system
that way.
Yes, the educational system that Mr. Charles is talking about. Yes, it is. Amidst everything that is bad, something good still comes out. But that does not mean that those things that are bad cannot be corrected, so that we can have not just one good thing. We can have so many good things coming out, not just one.
Yes.
So that is the point there. Go ahead, Queen.
What we're actually saying here is how bad the educational system in Nigeria has been badly funded. Fine, you have made the point that Obasanjo, who happens to come from the same place that you came from, was brain behind all these problems we have in Nigeria. Yes, they are. When you want to bring your society down, you take out the education in them, which was the priority of every parent and every government in Nigeria in the likes of Awolowo that you actually mentioned. So these people that are ruling us, the past president and the existing president that we have here, they are all beneficiaries of this free education. So what happened to them that they made the educational system in Nigeria to go down? Public schools, I went to a public school when I was young. I went to a public school. And what happened to all our public schools now? If you don't have money, that is what you're saying. Must you be a millionaire before you can send your children to school? Why are all these private schools springing up in Nigeria? Because they refuse. They close their eyes. They refuse to fund the public schools. The schools are horrible. The buildings are terrible. There are no computers, nothing whatsoever, no chair to sit, nothing. People sit on the floor. Even at tertiary schools, you see number of students in class, almost over 200 of them in a class. Why are they doing that to us? Why are all these governors, presidents, past presidents, ministers, commissioners, why are they having private schools? And they never went to a private school. Why are they having private schools? Just to make sure that how many people can afford that? Now, if you can afford your children to go to private school, what is left for them? They drop out. They are left on the streets. And that's when they control them to make them to become a third. They make them a student to stand on their head. That is what we're saying. Why are we like that? Why do they have to do that to us? And these are people that their children, they don't even school in Nigeria. Nigerians are very smart. We are very smart. We have the best brain. Now, you see the number, if they put Nigeria is topping American system when it comes to education. It's the truth. The opportunity that they have there to study, if they have the same opportunity back home, will be ruling the world. But who is supporting them? Nobody. And why is government doing that? They should stand up to fight this. Yes. And we're talking about agitation.
Please, please let me quickly do a small analysis, just a small one.
Yes.
Let me tell you. Yeah, in Nigeria, we don't need to follow any country's education policy. It has been proven that the genes of Nigerian citizens, particularly in the south, that is the east and the southwest, are very brilliant human beings. If you look at the apprenticeship style of the eastern people from the eastern extraction, it's education. But government need to build a formality around it. That apprenticeship style is education. If you look at it properly, it's education. But we need to, just like the Chinese, just like the Indians, we need to create our own educational policy, our style. Everybody should not go to the four walls. Education does not mean everybody should go to the four walls. You can do education by posting, education by mentoring. There are how many prince and princesses of UK attended formal education? How many prince and princesses of United Kingdom go to the four walls to have education? And they do it in Kano, they do it in the north. The children of the emir don't go to the four walls. I'm telling you this for free. You see, we can have a very serious Nigeria education policy that what we are doing is theory, political science, this science, that's one, but no practical. Do you know the funny thing now that is going on in Nigeria? There are no school of nursing than the way we used to have it. Now, people now post when they finish secondary school, they now go to private school and say they are learning nursing, as if they are learning market how to sell boli and epa, how to sell guguru and popcorn. They will now do freedom. I saw it with my koro eye. They will now do freedom by the roadside. The nurse will buy drink and all this and all that, and do freedom under a pharmacist, under a pharmaceutical store, and said, and wear uniform, put biro and pen here and everything. They will now carry drinks like a mechanic is doing freedom, or a battery charger, or that nurses are now doing it in Nigeria. And that person will go and inject somebody. That person goes to, because people cannot afford hospital, that is the lady who will go and give you drip in your homes. That is the lady who will go and give our old women injection. They will say about me, call the nurse on that street for me. She will carry back. They do it everywhere now. That is what our education has turned to. So people are being killed silently in their homes by what my wife used to call an auxiliary nurse or auxiliary nurse. They will not. So it is every profession that has this problem. Every profession, medicine, we have quacks because our education policy has gone down. People now, impostors now come around. That's why somebody can practice law in Nigeria for 14 years. He goes to magistrate court, he goes to high court, and he's not a lawyer. He was just a clerk in a law firm, and he decided to become a lawyer by his own volition. And he was going to court in Nigeria for 14 years. He was not caught because our education had gone down. That's why you will call a plumber, he will come and damage more. You come and do more damage. You call a mechanic, he will come and do more damage, because we didn't build our education around practicality, around practicals. We ought to build, we don't need to follow America. We don't need to follow other countries. We need to build our own education policy. When a child is discovered to have this talent, push him to create a technical school. You will see when there is trade fair in Nigeria, you will see children from the East, they will come. They will do remotes. They will do an aeroplane that will be flying. They will do tractors that will be carrying sand from one place and dumping it. Nobody talks about them. Those are genius. Those are people who should be cashed. But when I heard yesterday that Lagos Model School, Obadore, Lagos Model School, Ekpe, they still use what fella called Shalanga. I was complaining that I went to a school where that was used. My friend was telling me that in Lagos, they call it Lagos Model School. They still use not water system toilet, but Shalanga. So if you look at all this,
it's called latrine. It's called
latrine. Can their children go to such schools? Can they allow their children to go to such school? And it's called Lagos Model School. It's supposed to be a model school. And in Lagos, or not in anywhere, in Lagos, Obadore, Lagos Island, they still use latrine in Lagos Model School. So will their children go there? Their children go to schools where there are inbuilt toilet, like you are in a hotel. That's the schools where their children go to. That's why you have the Atlantic, the this, the that, where they pay millions of naira per session. That's why civil servants steal, because civil servants also want to send their children there. The civil servant salary is like 200 naira, 200,000 take home, and his child is attending. He has children in high-fly schools where they are paying 1 million. So why would they steal? Why would they loot? All civil servants, when you are in level 14, level 15, their children are not in public school, they are in private schools. How do they pay?
Chief.
Yes.
Yeah, the problems of Nigeria are legions. So it's a lot. You know, the truth of the matter is that we have a serious problem with our government. All these things that we have been saying, you know, lingers around the inefficiency, the incompetence of our government officials. You know, the schools are not, we don't have good schools. The children are not, you know, motivated to go to schools. Even when they graduate, they can't find a job. There are so many graduates running the streets of Nigeria. They don't have a job. Understand? And the system doesn't work. In the north, you know, they are not the qualifications to enter a university, for example, you know, northerners is quite different from the southerners. So if, for example, a southerner is required to get 90% to be admitted into university, a northerner will be requiring, you know, 40% from a northerner. So you can see the difference in why you can see why things are the way they are. And the population of the north, they are not encouraged to go to school. They marry very early because of their religious beliefs, you know, and they don't really put emphasis in training these young men and women. You know, you can, if you look at the statistics, the ratio of the educated, you know, northerners compared to the southern and the eastern, you will see it's a huge difference. That is why I said again, those who are wealthy in Nigeria, they can play a big role in trying to change the system. Their voice matters. Their voice matters. If this, you know, they can influence the politics of any state. Any billionaire in Nigeria can tell a governor to do something, you know, about education, do something about the insecurity, do something about. Look at, we are talking about all of these things. We don't have electricity. We don't have constant electricity.
None.
You understand? Look at Nigeria from 1960. 1960.
It wasn't like that before.
You know, today we don't have electricity. The chief some few minutes ago had electrical, you know, a light shortage. You understand? And the government of the day came to power telling Nigerians that they are going to bring electricity. And billions and billions and billions of money are stolen every year from that country, which is enough to electrify every village and city in Nigeria.
But you know what, okay, go ahead.
And you know, and the masses, that is where it frustrates me beyond. I don't even know what to say. The masses are still going to be voting for these people. They are still telling you, oh, he's going to run for governor, he's going to be our governor. These are the people that have not done anything for you. They are not doing anything for you. The Senate president is not doing anything for you. The Speaker of the House is not doing anything for you. The president is not doing anything for you, and you still want to vote for these same people. The same governor the people that have been ruling this country from time Imo River. And you are still thinking you are going to vote for him or her, when you cannot even call them and they pick up your phone. They are so isolated, so insulated that you can't even get close. Your problems remain the same. You don't have electricity, you don't have good running water. Nothing works for you. When are you going to sit there and say, no, enough is enough? When they are making their noise that they are coming back in another 4 years, or in another 3 years, whatever, you say no. Vote for the people that will help you, the people that you can have access to. Not the people that are already there that don't know, they don't even care about you. We need a serious change in the system. Otherwise, Nigeria will continue to be like this. So you can go on, Chief Queen.
Thank you so much. I believe that things will change sooner than expected. I give it to the agitators, because without them, well, they might be agitating that, okay, Igbos want to go, Oduduwa this, Oduduwa that. Those are things that make people to be aware that certain things are not right. And it's like this government, they're sitting on a gunpowder. Because when they see that people are beginning to agitate for something, for this one, for that one, they know that they need to do better. They can't go back to their constituency and start lying to them. Before they go there, they know that, okay, people are waiting for them. Because people, like, you need somebody to come out, or you need some people to come out to enlighten you, to take the fear out of you, that, okay, let us go. And these are the things that is checkmating most of these people that call themselves rulers in Nigeria. I'm not that I want Nigeria to break, but I'm happy about what is going on now. It makes them to seek rights. Nobody can come to their constituency and bamboozle them, and a crowd will sit in front of their homes and they'll be sharing money to them. They are scared because they know if they don't perform, they're waiting for them. All in the name that, okay, we have people that are agitating for other people. That is just it. Nigeria is not going to break, but it's called restructuring in a way. They're going to sit down and think that, okay, now we know that these people, they're wise because they're taking education from them. They make sure the people are poor. They took their livelihood. They took away your pride. I listened to one governor of Niger State, what he said. I was like, really? He said, who are the people that is going to fight? Is it the mechanic on the roadside, or a woman in Yoruba land that is selling boli, or a mechanic in the east? We are taking away their pride. That was what he said. He said they can't do nothing. We, the elites, will be the ones to control them. So they know what they are doing. But I think somebody like Sunday Igboho that came out, if not, they will still be killing people. And people will be talking, the press will be talking, and nobody will do nothing. When they went inside the bush and they said, we're going to defend ourselves, then government started sitting up.
Yes.
Now they cannot be shouting. And a lot of Igbo people, now they know better that you guys are cheating us. Now they know that, no, we can't continue to, manipulate these people. It's just manipulation.
Yes.
That is it. So it's getting better. The Sorosuke generation, they are there. They too, they are not keeping quiet. They are not keeping quiet. Now they know. Even Tinubu, Tinubu that wants to come out, he will think twice before he will come out and lie to people, because they will hold him. When they see him, there was a time they said our former president was passing through one road and they were stoning his car. They were stoning him because he didn't do better. He didn't do good when he was there. So I'll rest my case for now. And we're going to talk about Dangote next week. Because if the whole country can give just one person monopoly over everything that is being produced in the country, the person will become rich.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen.
Yes.
Thank you, Queen.
Yes, you're right, Queen. So, but we are running almost out of time, and so we have to bring this program to a closure. What I gather from what everybody is saying is simple. If you're elected to an office, do your job. When you don't do your job, it affects a whole lot of people. If you're a local government chairman, be a local government chairman. Provide for the people that you are there for. If you are a state governor, be a state governor. Look out for the people that you govern. That's why you are their state governor. That's why they put you there. If you are a senator, the same people that sent you to the Senate, they are looking at, they want you to look out for them. They want you to carry their cries and carry their aspirations to the Senate and represent their aspirations. Look out for them. If you're a member of the House of Reps, do the same thing. If you are the Speaker of the House, be responsible. Listen, on the fair. Be fair to everybody. If you are the Deputy Speaker, don't tell some people that they are not Nigerians because they are in the diaspora. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what you need to do, and Nigeria will move forward. It is not what goes into your pocket that is important. Because whatever goes into your pocket is going to come out of your pocket someday. It doesn't stay in your pocket. So it is what you do infrastructurally, how you impact people's lives. Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that stay forever. The same people who killed the education system are building their own schools. With the money that they stole from the education system, they are building their own schools. It's unbelievable. Education in Nigeria, especially when it comes to healthcare. I told you, I had to talk to a doctor in Nigeria.
It's crazy.
And they are giving a patient 4 blood pressure medicine. 4 blood pressure medicine. This is a doctor. And I'm asking, how high is that blood pressure? And above all, the nurses don't take the pressure before they administer the medicine. This is in Nigeria. I said, you want to kill this person?
They killed my mother.
I'm telling you right now, you need to reduce the medication to 1 or 2 or 1-2 times daily, not 4 times.
Take the blood pressure first. Take the blood pressure first.
And take the pressure before you administer. And if it is low, you don't have to administer. They kept administering even though the pressure was low. And this person went into coma. This is the kind of education we get in Nigeria. It is not supposed to be so. I watch some videos sometimes and I just shake my head. They ask a graduate, what is an NYSC person? What is the meaning of this word?
Yes.
And you'll be amazed at the kind of definition and things that come out of their mouth. These are NYSC people, graduates.
Some of those videos.
4 years in university. So even though we come out tomorrow, the policies, the best policies, rules and regulations and everything, it is upon us to follow. We have to give education the priority it deserves. We have to know that education is the way forward. Stealing all the money in the country is not the way forward. That money you stole will come back to the country. It will come out. Education, we have to be able to compete globally. We are having Nigerians in the American government now because of the education they get, not because of the amount of money in their pockets.
Yes.
Because of the education that they have.
Yes.
That's why they're in the positions that they're in now.
In the United States.
Why can we not do more?
In the United States.
In the United States. So why can we not do more? And all of you that are in government have schooled abroad. All of you that are in government have benefited from one way or the other. You know how things should be. You know how things are supposed to be. You know the way so you know the way forward. Why should the citizens, why should the masses suffer in a country that there's plenty?
I know.
Talking about petroleum subsidy, the price of fuel is about to go up again. I read something. The common man on the street bears the burden.
Cement.
The cement. The poor man on the street bears the burden. You want to keep, how much more can they take? And then when they protest, and then when they make noise, and when they come up, you put your soldiers out there to kill them, or you put your police out there to shoot at them. The same policeman that's shooting at them is in the same situation with them. He's wearing the same boots. He's not able to feed his family. He's on the street doing checkpoint, collecting money from people. The same policeman. But you, the big man that stole the money, that's sitting on all the money, you can't even walk down your streets. You can't walk. I challenge any one of them to walk down their streets. Walk down
by themselves.
I challenge any one of them. Let them walk down their street and record the video and put it online. Let's see. What kind of life is that? What kind of money is that? What kind of money is that? Health is in shambles. Education is not working. There are no good roads. There's no lights. There's no food.
No security.
No security.
Thank you.
No security. And you expect people not to agitate, and all you do is sit back and cross your hand. It doesn't concern me. Newsflash, it's going to concern you. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to end this program. I want to thank our guest, Solomon Atanda, for coming on the show, for being part of it. We thank you. We appreciate you. On the also, I also want to thank the Chief all the way from Nigeria. Chief, thank you so much for your wealth of knowledge and your contribution to the program. We appreciate you and thank you so much. The Queen, the only lady in the house. Thank you so much, Queen. We appreciate you as well. And Mr. Charles and Mr. Adodo, I like the fire you bring to the program every time. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
My name is Tunde Phillips. On that note, we've come to the end of this program. We look forward to having you again next week. Thank you all so much. Have a good day. Please be safe, wear your mask, keep 6 feet, and whenever you can, if you're opportunity to get the vaccine, get the vaccine. I hear there's some problem with AstraZeneca vaccine. We'll talk about it on the next program.
Before you leave, please.
Yes.
People in Nigeria, because the chief was telling me that somebody took the vaccine, somebody close to him, one of his friends, and the guy collapsed.
Yes.
On his way home.
It might be an empty stomach, probably.
So, yeah, but he said he would take it. Some people took it, they fell ill, they did that. I said, okay. He said, but I gotta take it, but just pray for me. I said, nothing's gonna happen to you. If somebody took it, the guy fainted on the way home. You know, we don't really know what is happening. We don't know the kind of vaccine they took in Nigeria. And that is always a problem we have. That is the issue we're talking about here. Nobody is scared of taking vaccine here. I'm looking forward to take my second dose. I'm looking forward to take because we trust the society we belong, that we find ourselves. How many people can trust the government of Nigeria? That is a big issue. Thank you.
All right, Queen. Queen, don't start another show. We're out of time. We'll talk about that on the next show next week. Thank you all so much. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night, folks.
You changed me to brand new. You show me love that I never knew. Oh, my morning dew, I can't stop thinking of you. Yeah, you set me on fire. You take my love, you go higher. You alone me desire. Ìwọ nìkan mo gbé sáyà. Yeah, yeah, my baby, my sherry, my baby, my sherry, my baby, my sherry, my baby, my sherry. Oh, yeah, my baby, me da. Oh, yeah, my honey, me da. Oh, yeah, my ife, me da. Oh, yeah, my hospital, me da. Oh, yeah, my baby, me da. Oh, yeah, my honey, me da. Oh, yeah, my ife, me da. Oh, yeah, my hospital, me da. Oh, yeah, my ife, my I can't deny you're my baby boo for life. Yeah, awesome, the angel of my life. Oh, you make with the dangororo. For your side, I go dungororo. This is love on a sonny nini. Make we take a moment. Oh, yeah, baby, musangarawa. If you don't mind, oh, yo. I go make you my screensaver. Oh, Mr. Flavor. My baby, I like I ain't no shell. Look papa kimbele kaya. My baby, I like I ain't no shell. Look papa kimbele kaya. My baby, my sherry, my baby, my sherry. Oh, yeah, my baby, me da. Oh, yeah, my honey, me da. Oh, yeah, my ife, me da. Oh, yeah, my hospital, me da. Oh, yeah, my baby, me da. Oh, yeah, my honey, me da. Oh, yeah, my ife, me da. Oh, yeah, my hospital, me da.
Thank you for listening to African Voices Radio, the David Adodo Show. If you'd like to get in contact with the show, please send us an email at africanvoicesradio@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Until next week, family, if it's 8 o'clock in Nigeria, you know it's time for African Voices Radio, the David Adodo Show. Until next week, stay safe and be blessed.